Oh, look up there. Look how good you are.
So with the Q&A, we can't see the chat. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We have a guest tonight on our Blue Star podcast, Connection podcast. I'm Trisha.
I'm Kelly.
And this is Jonathan.
Hey, I'm Jonathan. I'm trying to fix this setting on here, so welcome.
Jonathan is wearing many hats tonight, including the one on his head.
Oh.
And he's doing tech, he's hosting, he's a man of many talents. And so tonight, yes, Kelly has teleported in and from the cold.
That's right.
What is the temperature in your hometown, Michigan?
Cold. I don't know. They just got done having snow the last couple days. So it's probably 20s, 15, in the teens, 15, I don't know.
15? That
15,
is... He
20.
probably is the only person that can beat you in this chat. I'm sure it's way colder where he is.
Yes.
But it is...
Nice here.
Yes, it is a blessing to be in the warm. It was cold, but our cold is not worthy of mention to Guy or anyone else that's really in the cold, but it was probably like
I think
40s.
I don't know. Last night I think it got down to freezing.
Yeah.
I think it did. But then today it was like in the 70s. So that's Florida though. It's gonna have freezing and then going into 70s. So but yeah, Kelly said, oh, I want to get away from this snow, and teleported down to the 70-degree weather, and we said, okay, podcast. Now, she was here for the Sound Energy Dynamic class this past weekend, and we hung out today and said, do you want to join us on our podcast? And she said, heck yeah. And we have another new friend here named Freddie.
No. His name is, he's now a distinguished gentleman, and his name is Michael, not just Mike. So Michael is now his official name, and he is a studious young fellow, and his hair just got done. So
So this is our handy microphone. I don't know, what do they call this? Like a buffer, a dampener? I don't know. Linda would know the technical term to cover the mic to, make it, I don't know.
it's a floofer.
Sound more smooth.
We have a floofer.
So Michael.
Yes.
Out.
That's right. We have many floofers.
We've locked all the animals out so we don't have any disturbances in our cords and our sound tonight. So we are doing our IM. This technically was supposed to be IM Part 3, but since our last one, our official Part 2 got cattywampus, and we only, the part about the skull got recorded, we are doing IM Part 2 and 2/3 tonight. And
so
yeah,
a special IM, basically we started IM just to get people to recognize and to show who we are and what we do, and just get a glimpse into the window of our lives. And so we have Kelly, which really hasn't gotten a chance to tell her story. So she's going to tell a little of her story, and then we're going to talk about, since she's on vacation, we're going to talk about places that we've been that are vacation or not vacation, that we've done tunings or spiritual work, and we're going to talk about what is conducive and what is not, what is resonant, what is dissonant, and why is that. And if you see that the light is changing, I did that, and that's a special effect by me. And if you want my number, I'll call me anytime, and I can do that for you too.
And that is a little bit of a precursor to our next one about telekinesis. So changing the light from the chair without touching it.
If I find who is using their telekinetic powers on this light, I'm gonna show them my physical boob. That's what I'm gonna.
So the left foot of fellowship out the door.
Yes. It's driving me crazy.
but win through the trees, as we are taught.
Yeah.
The woo way, the middle way, that win through the trees.
Eyes. That's what it's.
That when we have something like this that's kind of annoying or a lot annoying, it's like, how can we practice I am presence and be in that woo way or that middle way of just let it might disturb for a minute and then let it pass.
Exactly.
So Kelly, you're on vacation.
I am.
Okay. How's it going so far?
It's going very well. I've seen a couple sunrises. I've wore a winter coat down here that I didn't think I was ever going to wear. I've done some tunings. I've done lots of walking and hiking. Today we had a great day. We went to 2 different parks and we got to be present with the trees and see lots of turtles and a few fishies. And yeah.
You got to see the stuff. You got Kelly's favorite, a giant stuffed snake. That was her favorite thing.
It's not her favorite.
Not my fave.
No, we did not see.
What the snake was that?
I don't know, but I don't care.
You did see a snake?
No, and they had it
in the
taxidermy snake, and it was a big one. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a nature center at the Turkey Creek Sanctuary. That's one of the parks we went to. That's near our house here in Palm Bay, and yeah, the turtles. There wasn't a whole lot of wildlife, but we did get to see, turtles and maybe like 1 or 2 squirrels. We saw a couple squirrels on our way out.
Yep. And don't forget Mother Tree.
Yes, their grandmother tree. We did have a lot of tree interaction today, and both parks, we're talking about visiting places. We're going to be talking about some places we visited and different frequencies of different places, because we are all sound people and frequency and resonance, and today a couple times on the walk, it's like all of a sudden I can feel, or one of us would just stop and say, hang on a minute, because we just felt like a wavelength. We felt something in that part of nature, a tree or a patch. Kelly found this one area with like 3 trees coming up, and it's like she was standing in this portal of energy. What did that feel like, Kelly?
That was pretty amazing. It was just fun to be there in between, kind of like in between worlds almost. So
yeah.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Did it feel tingly?
I don't know if I felt tingly, as I just felt a lot of energy moving. So
energy moving.
Yeah, energy moving through my hands. But then my hands are usually have a lot of energy that flows through them. So that was kind of neat to feel the energy in that little space that I was in.
Yes.
Yeah, and you did mention that today when we were walking. Like, my hands are really buzzing. I really have a lot moving through today. Yeah.
So that was really neat.
Yes, and before you guys went there, right? And in New York, you might know this, right? Even though it's part of the Matrix, and I know this, but it's still fun to look for Senor Bigfoot. And by me in New York, the trees were bent over in certain places, like someone pulled them down, and then there would be a teepee of stacked sticks in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I was deep into the woods. And today when we were walking, I looked around and I saw the same thing. Now in Florida, the folklore of Bigfoot is the skunk ape. So a relative, a distant cousin, I don't know. But I didn't smell any skunk, but anytime I see that stuff with Bigfoot, I imagine portals, because they probably use portals to jump in and out of. So, yeah, we're probably pretty close to, I don't know, maybe not, maybe, but it's cool to just imagine what comes through there. Maybe gnomes.
Yeah. All the astral beings, the astral level beings.
Maybe it was Mike.
Yes. There's a couple of times, I think what I feel when it hits, like I just have to stop. It's almost like there's a wave of energy that's going across the path. And sometimes it's like, whew, it almost like pushes me, but a lot of times it just feels good. It almost feels like a little tickle, or just, yeah, like energy moving. Yeah, so very cool. We were in a part of Turkey Creek Sanctuary I've never been in, and there was a lot of openness. And, here in Florida, we had more freezes this year than ever, so a lot of the trees and bushes and plants are dead. But we noticed today in the sanctuary there was still a lot of green. I even saw a couple flowers because the pine canopies seem to protect a lot of things. So it was really cool to see some things that are still alive.
So a cool segue I was thinking about, since we've all been to a lot of parks, I'm sure, right? Is there any stories of anything you've ever seen in a park that was cool? I know there's a story. Trish and I, when I lived in Lakeland, we saw some cool things. Did you see anything cool in your adventures? In the parks, any parks or anything? Like on the trails?
Yes, I have. I was doing a class out in Colorado, and there was a trail that I would usually walk with a little stream going through it, and this one
Wait, back up. A little string. What do you mean? You're a little string going through it?
Stream.
Oh, little stream.
Water.
Oh, okay.
Water
I got
stream.
you. All right.
Little water
like a little
stream.
brook type of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so
are we talking a babbling brook or
no, it was a little stream.
Yeah, my stream.
Not a brook.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Just
Right. Exactly. And as I was walking through this little deer trail, little pathway, I came to like your normal where you have the canopies kind of coming down.
No manatees. That was the question. I'm sorry. Keep going.
We didn't have manatees because we were in the Rocky Mountains. So
definitely not in the Rocky Mountains, but I don't think that's what they meant. I think they meant Turkey Creek, but we'll keep going.
We did not get manatees today. No, we did not. We were trying to, but we didn't. It might be too cold. The water might be too cold. Go ahead. Okay, Rocky Mountains. So anyway, the stream.
Back in the stream, walking along, there was a canopy of trees, and it kind of looked like what we were experiencing today, like a little portal. And as I was walking through, there was a mama deer just laying on the ground, and she was nursing her two fawns. And for me, I've never seen that done in nature, and I felt very blessed to see that. So I was blessed to see that. Another time when I was in that same kind of area, I did get a Tibetan bowl, and I would go sit on the rocks, and I would play my Tibetan bowl in the woods and just hear the vibrations come off the bowl and around. And afterwards, I got to see I think it was an elk that I saw just kind of standing in the distance. So that was pretty cool.
Like a big elk with horn, like a big rack. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
So that was one of my experiences. What about you?
The first one that came that was recent was Trish and I. We were in Lakeland, and we went to Bach Towers, I think the day before, and in the middle of the day there was just this owl just hooting, right? And it was like just right middle of the day, nocturnal animal. You're like, oh, this is kind of strange. It's just out there, just doing its thing, and people were staring at it. And I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. And then we decided to go on this other preserve. And we've been on this trail before, but we went a different way, right? And it felt, if there was a portal, the whole place felt like a portal. And we were walking there. How many owls do you think we saw or heard? Right? There was.
I know we saw two. We saw one, and then we saw another one before we left, like in plain sight. Like they made sure we saw them. It wasn't just like, oh, I hear it now. It was like they flew down, and yeah, so at least two.
Yeah.
That, and then that one at Bach Tower. So it was a very during the day.
Yes.
Wow, that's
pretty
special.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I remember we were going to read the sign, like, where are we? And there was like a little sign. And I remember I started reading it, and all the words started like moving. And I was like, what is going on? Right? It was
about a portal.
Yeah, it was like waves of energy were in front of it, so I couldn't see the writing. I was like, all right, it's time to get out of this place.
It was like, like heat coming off a road. It was like that. Like,
it was like an alligator, like, preserve, so there was a lot of swamp water equals portal, trees equal portal, right? It was a lot of portal energy, and that was enough portal energy for me.
And then add the two of us that we tend to open things.
Yeah. That was not intentional.
Move things, yes. Yeah. So let's see. I have I don't know, I thought of this one because we were talking also about sound. You were talking about playing the bowls, and this one just popped in. The first time I went up to Mount Shasta, I was just there again with Jonathan last year, but I think 2019 I went, and it was after a retreat, and I was in my rental car, and I was just following my inner voice, and it was like, go up, turn down this road, and I'm like in this little neon spark or something, these little cheapo rental cars on this road going, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to break down on this mountain road. And I'm just following the inner prompts. And then I go out to, I guess it was like a flat area. And I heard in my internal landscape, get out and walk to the middle. And as soon as I got out, and it was like quiet, it was so beautiful. And there were birds, and it just was beautiful. And then I hear a flute. I hear this music. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh my, it was so magical because it's this open space, and I'm looking around like, where is this flute coming from? And I could see a person, like they looked that big. They were like way far in the distance, just playing the flute over this area. And it was just so magical. It was like he was there for me because he is me, right? I am the mountain. I am that flute player. And I walked out to the middle, and there was a rock there that that wanted to come with me, and I still have it, and that has the energy of that day. And it just was so magical. And my car did not break down. Woohoo! Yeah, but just that flute, I carried.
I think of the name. Someone in the chat, there was a half boy man, half goat that played the flute.
Pan.
Yes, maybe Pan, but it was also in damn it, now I can't think of the movie.
Percy Jackson?
No, the one where they go in the closet. What's the closet one?
Lion, Witch in the Wardrobe?
Yeah. No, is it?
C.S. Lewis? Narnia?
Narnia.
Lion, Witch in the Wardrobe, I think, was the first one.
Yes.
But so there was a satyr, I think they're called.
Oh, good job. Bam. No need for the chat today. Even though, Sheila, I know you knew that, but you're on the phone.
He knows, Sheila. So that was, I've had a lot of cool experiences in nature.
Yeah, I saw it when we were in Panther Meadows, right? Which they held the first, I wanted to say Soundkeepers, that's not correct. The Harmonic Convergence was 1987, right? And they held the Harmonic Convergence there, and I guess somehow they trampled all the plants, and so no one was allowed there for like 20-something years, right? And I was like, that's a weird story, and being that Christopher talks about it all the time, I'd never even heard about it until I met Christopher, and now I'm hearing it again in Mount Shasta, and they're talking about how this was supposed to be this big meetup of love and harmonic convergence, and they somehow destroyed a whole Panther Meadows, right?
Yeah.
But now it's beautiful and it's regrown.
Yeah.
Yes, it was, maybe they didn't do it on purpose, but you're not allowed to step on plants now. You're supposed to stay on the path. So I was on my way back, and there's certain magical creatures just in nature as they are, right? And I've never seen a minx before, but it's like a giant ferret squirrel with a big fluffy tail, and it just flows like it's in water, jumping from the picnic tables. And I was like, I was the only one to see it, and I was like, am I really seeing this right now? I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. It was just so cool to see it just hopping and just running, right? It was just this red, fluffy, I just wanted him to come over so I could pet him, and he did not. And I don't know why, but he ran away. But
it was a minx?
That's what I looked up.
I don't think you want a minx to pet, because they're not the nicest animals.
Listen, I will take my chances.
That Panther Meadows was a magical place, and then that's where we hiked up Shasta, and that little stream where you got the picture.
Yeah, there was oh my God, it was just so cool. There was just it was this purple,
like sacred geometry.
Yes.
It wasn't just an orb. It had like a matrix inside with all of these images. And I wish I could post a picture.
And we had probably 7, 8 people there, and not everyone had the orb around them, so it wasn't just the sunlight. It was very not just a very strange place, and very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I had a little Buddha, right, and I was taking pictures with it everywhere, and I left it on the table for a minute, and I walked away, and I ran back. I was like, oh, I left my little crystal Buddha. Have you seen it? And they're like, no. The people at the table were like, oh, this really big lady came over and said it was hers, right? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean a big lady? And right, and there's stories of Lemurians, right, and dressed in all white. I'm not saying it was a Lemurian, but it's very strange that I walked away for 2-3 minutes, and I came back, and either that family was lying to me, which is possible, but I'd like to think that the Lemurians Buddha, and it makes me feel better about my life. So
I know that Buddha really represented that trip. It was it was like
the only people that were allowed to have it is them. So I hope they got it somehow. So I had that. Even though I know it's
just
Buddha's not supposed to be represented. I know this, but it was cool, little Buddha.
He's not. I mean, Buddha's represented everywhere.
But he's not in physical form. It's that's why it's not. Buddha is just you're not supposed to put a statue. He's Buddha's everyone. So it's just he's all.
Then why are there so many statues of Buddha?
I don't know, because we're a screwed up world. And so that's all I got on that one.
Trying to think of we were talking about this today, we're talking about nature and kind of weird things and feelings, and even today it was like, I feel like the trees want me to stay, and I felt that way. I've had the privilege of going to England and Ireland and Germany and spend time in forests in all 3 places. And and they all felt different, each place felt different, but yet I was sharing today that it's like those forests are you walk in and it's almost like they cover you over and pull you in. I can see how people get lost.
Yes, Trisha just went to the Bavarian Forest.
Yeah.
Which is known, right, before GPS and technology, of people would walk in and never came out, right?
I can see why. Yes. Because there's just even in the pictures I sent to you, there were all these little caves and coves, and it's just the nature over there, it just feels so old and ew, come in to me. The trees,
yes.
And I would say to people, I'm like, I just want to stay here forever. And I could see how that would happen. Like Hansel and Gretel, that was actually the Black Forest on the west coast of Germany. That one is where a lot of the Grimm fairy tales.
It looks exactly like a place where there's a witch in there with chocolate and saying, "Come here, little fat boy."
Yeah, that was the
Eat my chocolate.
the Grimm's fairy tales. A lot of them were set in the Black Forest, and I can see why. Yeah, because it is. It's like, come to me. But Ireland, yeah, and England, there are a lot of portals in both of those. Just, yeah. I don't know, different than the forests here. It just feels different. Can't explain it.
Yeah, the redwoods felt different.
The redwoods.
Yeah,
Nice.
the cypress in Florida feel different.
Yes,
right.
they do.
There's like different trees for different areas, or the live oaks too. The live oaks, and it's just a whole old feel to it. You know, if you go to St. Augustine, and it's just it's like the first town, right? Because it was a Spanish colony. And it's just old buildings with old live oaks going through it, and it's a very cool feeling. And they still have the cobblestone roads.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
There's like St. Augustine, Florida in general. Like there's a lot of layers to it. You know, we have cats, little paws going under our door. We have them all locked out when they want in. So occasionally you might see us looking over, but layers. Like I guess it's like in Florida. There's the history, and then when you get into nature, it takes a little bit of time to like get into nature.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes. And there's no place right in Lakeland. People are like, "Oh, I haven't seen an alligator." I'm like, "I'll bring you to a place, right?" Yeah. And alligators get to a certain length, and they take them out and they bring them to preserves. So on this preserve, you probably could. You're talking about 9-10 foot gators. Just you have to walk through between two water lakes, or they're lakes, or I don't know. They're big enough to be lakes, but it's lakes on both sides, and you have to walk through, and you have gators on both sides just laying there.
There. There's no fence, no barrier.
No. This is sleeping, right? But you have people take pictures and holding a baby and a child next to them. I'm like, what? I don't know what this place is, but it's cool and scary at the same time. Yes. And
people move. Like if they
wanted to, they probably could move very.
Yes, but they sleep a lot. We remember at that same place we went off, and someone pointed down, and there was little baby gators. Like the mama was down there with a little baby.
We were there. We were looking at this. It was one. Like it's like a little pond swamp thing, and we're looking around like, oh, there's got to be a gator. The guy's like, oh, look to your left. It was like 10 feet away from us, on the same size as us. I was like, oh man. I was like, talk about unaware. I was like, holy cow.
You weren't in your IM then.
I know.
Trish was closer than I was, but she had 2 legs. We can use
the gator.
Gators, oh my God, they have such a old.
They do.
They kind of
very old.
Yes. Slow.
Yes.
I don't need to be on your time. Feel. This is my time, and
it's so true.
Yeah, it's just your cadence slows down just talking about them. They're so majestic.
Even like they say, like prehistoric, but I think it's even older than that. It's just everything just slows down.
Yeah, there's no known. They don't die of any diseases.
How do they die? Like humans?
No, humans and deterioration, or I don't know. They just can't hunt anymore. Maybe but
maybe they old age. Like they just their heart goes.
Yeah, but they don't have any known diseases that kill them, which is it's very strange.
Yeah,
they've lasted a long time.
Have you ever seen a gator?
No,
Kelly?
and
You don't really want to? You're not really a reptile.
I am not a reptile person. No, I'm good.
What about amphibians? Frogs and stuff.
I like frogs.
Okay.
I like frogs.
All right.
I
So
like-
it's not a water animal
No,
thing.
I like geckos and I like
You like turtles?
lizards and I like turtles and
The reptiles.
it's the literally things that go on the land. I do not have snake energy in my body. So, and I made a pact with them. I said, I won't hurt you. You don't hurt me. I will stay away from you. You stay away from me, and life is good.
Yeah, that's a good pact.
That's my motto.
Yeah.
Just stay away from me. I'll stay away from you, and we'll get along just fine. Because they're really like useful in the world. You know, they get rid of rodents and all kinds of other things that you may not want, but I don't want them near me.
Okay.
So yeah.
So they're very strange. No, they have no legs and they're strange and
They
they're strange.
They hiss.
Yeah.
I don't like the hissing.
So do we want to ask any of our listeners if they want to share a story? Or do we have more we want to share? You can type in the chat if there's like a special place you've been where you've had an experience with sound or with frequency or just like a special standout moment. I mean, I can think of there's a lot. There's a lot that
I've done some sound immersions in a cellar. Well, it's a wine cellar, and it had brick all around it, and there was like in grooves into the brick where you could put candles in that, and we set it up for a sound bath in there.
Did it have windows?
No windows.
No window.
Oh.
No windows. And
So like a cavern?
It was almost like a cavern, yeah. And so everybody would lay down and we'd play the crystal bowls and we had a gong and we had a drum and a few other things. And once we got started, then I used the tuning forks with the bowls, and I'd have my husband play the bowls and stuff as I would go around everybody in the room and give everybody a tuning. So everybody would get a G sharp, and then I would give everybody an A, and then everybody would get a B, and everybody would get a C, a D, E, F, G, and then we ended with more gonging and more of the bowls, and then we woke everybody up, and it was about a little over an hour, and that worked out really well.
Yeah.
I used to do those every quarter when the equinox came around, when the solstices would come around.
Yeah,
So
you own a gong.
I do own a gong.
What size?
I don't know. It's a big one.
A big one?
It's a big one.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got it at the expo in Orlando when Kim and I went there.
Oh, so you spent some money on that one.
I spent some money on that one.
Sneaky. I didn't see you buy that one.
Is it a 32-inch?
28.
28, yeah. 28.
Around 28, 30.
That's good, yeah.
So, no, it makes quite the sound waves.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Can you play it in your house or no?
I have to be careful because my youngest works midnight, so when I play it, I have to make sure there's no one sleeping.
Yeah.
So it's just you wake them up with the gong?
Yes.
Yeah.
I never do that.
Yeah, she used to do it all when I first. Oh my gosh, she used to do it all the
It's
time.
not here anymore.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was my favorite thing.
This is your favorite thing in the world.
I think we were dating, but then, yeah, the one time I thought he had earphones in, but it wasn't earphones, it was something else.
She has.
And I would play it low, and yeah,
There's
apparently.
no such thing as low with that thing. It is
I have a 32-inch.
It's a massive gong.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then she plays some days when I'm in residence, it is a beautiful whale singing. It's the most beautiful song.
The friction
And then,
mallet.
yes. And then on other days, it is Jason Voorhees hunted me down in a dark cabin, and it sounds like a horror film. Like, what? Right? So it is. I don't know. That sound sometimes is beautiful, and sometimes it's. I don't know. I'm sure there's sounds that have that same effect for people, but some days it's my favorite. Some days I want to throw the thing out the window. So no offense to you, but I'm sure other people feel the same.
I think it's the whale flume you don't like, the curly one, because that's the highest, and yeah, that one can sometimes be a little.
Yeah, it's where you play it on the phone, so sometimes it's like on the outside, it's like beautiful, and then they go in. I'm like, holy cow! I'm like, that is nightmare fuel. I'm like, oh my god.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Where have so vacation? Are we switching to vacation or places vacation-esque where we've gone and played and with sound? Trisha played in Mount Shasta outside, right in front of Mount Shasta, a gong, which was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
That was a
it was like right in front of Mount Shasta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. Yeah, it was just, you're just magnifying that energy of that mountain. Yeah, I was gone. That was so cool.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I like left my body. Yeah, it was. I was like instantly.
Yeah, other people were playing different instruments, but yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It felt like it opened. The gongs open portals. They do. It's a portal. It's round. Anything round can become a gateway or an opening. So that's how I see it. I like to always start a sound bath with the gong because it kind of opens the gate and then close it.
Have you played anywhere else outside?
Yeah.
What do you prefer, outside, inside?
Inside, the resonance is more effective, intense. Outside it's kind of, I like playing outside because I like having the sounds of nature and just kind of synchronicity happen, you know, like, oh, there's a bird playing or a bird singing. I played outside of BAM, and it was very fascinating because
BAM is
at Badasses Alchemist Mystics. BAM community is Jonathan and I's little community center. So it was outside, and there's like a big, busy road right there, a big intersection, Palm Bay Road. It's like, and I was playing, it was on a Saturday, and there was a man right in front of the gong. I remember he was an engineer. It was his first sound bath, okay? And he was like right in front of the gong. And all of a sudden, a motorcycle went, and that sound went into the gong, bounced off, and like went to him. It was like the coolest thing, because I'm playing it, and it was like, and it was like, pew, pew, and he like literally was like, no. And at the end, he like kind of jumped, and I was like, that was for him. Like, it helped. It was like a release. And afterwards, he said, that was so cool. So, you know, when you're outside, things like that happen. And I could say, oh, that just ruins the sound bath, but it's all in how you look at it.
And
like, it's all
experience.
It's all sound, right?
Yeah. Maybe that was just in that frequency was just what he needed.
It was. I said to him, I said that was like meant for you, because where you were placed and how it like ricocheted. So, yeah. But I think inside, you know, then you don't have bugs and heats and, you know, people that just want to be comfortable. It's a little more controlled, but I don't know. I like doing things outside. I like
the drum circles. There's drum circles on the beach here every month, and those are very, very cool. It's just the moon is coming up, right, and they're playing the drums just building that energy until it gets to a point where you can see it, and then they just start. Oh, it's just the most amazing thing. It's absolutely amazing.
But you also have the waves and making their sounds.
Yeah, and we live on the Space Coast, so on my birthday, there was a rocket shot off, like, during the full moon drum circle. It was the coolest thing. Oh, my God, it was so cool. And it shot, like, right across the full moon, right? What full moon was that? It was, like, it was a special full moon. I'm not saying I'm special.
The one that's in November, because your birthday's in November, and I can look it up if you need to.
It was just one of those.
Each full moon has a
special edition
name.
Full moons, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look it up since we're talking.
Yes. It was the birthday moon.
It was the birthday moon, huh?
Yes.
So, anyone have a story they want to share that's listening? Like a cool nature
Hello, Deborah.
story?
How are you?
Talking about
vacation.
vacation.
I saw a snake one time. It was a coral snake. And I was by myself walking through the woods, and it was right in the middle of the path and popped up and just stared at me, right? And a coral snake is red with white rings, and it's like bright, bright red, right? And in my documentary observations, they always say the brighter the reptile or fish, the more poisonous. And I ran the other way, and I am not ashamed of that. And it was not a very big snake, but it was a very bright snake. And I don't know if a coral snake is poisonous, but it
They are.
There, yes. But
is that the one that's red and black?
Red and white and black, yes.
Yeah. It's like red and black.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Black and yellow, kill a fellow, red and black, safe Jack, or something like that.
I have no clue what nursery that was.
There's only, we have coral snakes here, and then there's the other one, I think like a rat snake that's similar coloring, it's just the stripes are different. But there's only a few actual poisonous snakes. There's not many.
Okay.
Coral snake's one of them.
They have their space, and I have my space. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Snakes have been a thing in my life, right? When I was a kid in North Carolina, right? I tell the story all the time, but I forgot about it.
We think you hate snakes.
There was
tell all the stories.
This was a very ominous, strange story as a child, right? So I was probably 4 years old, and there was my uncle or my grandfather lived on Lake Gaston, North Carolina, and there was a little path. There was like a little canal, probably like 4 feet across, right? And there was like a little 6x6 that you had to walk across, right? So you had to be careful. And so you'd walk across it, and you could get to a dock where you could fish, right? And I would go over by myself, right? Even though I was very young. And I remember walking over, and I looked down, and this snake was, and I'm a little kid, so all snakes are going to be huge, but I mean huge, like python huge. It was like probably like 1.5 feet wide, right? And probably like 8 feet long. It went underneath me, and I was like, holy cow. And I ran, and I told them, and I was the boy who cried wolf, and they said, Jonathan, you have no clue what you're talking about, and this doesn't exist in North Carolina, right? And I was like, I'm telling you, that's what I saw. And the end of the story is that we went back months later, and there was a giant skin on my grandfather's shed, and it was this snake that they killed, and it was a moccasin, right? But it got this abnormally sized. I don't know how a moccasin got that big, or maybe they misidentified it, but I'm telling you, this thing was huge. It was so big.
So did they all apologize to you for?
Hell no. Oh, of course they did. I get no credit for that.
Did you used to tell stories then?
I used to tell stories? No.
That they would say, "Oh, you're telling stories.
Again.
You're crying wolf."
Again.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't. So you used to tell.
They used to do that to me. They told me there was a haunted girl in my grandfather's house, and they put a mannequin's head on a stick, and they would run into the room and scare me. That's what they used to do to me.
Swamp lady down in Delaware. Yeah, there was all kinds of rumors of.
Yeah, trauma building. Thank you.
Yes, I know, but why that happens all through upbringing? Like, why is that okay to scare little kids like that? Like with lies?
Because they figured they got scared. Why not scare the next generation?
I know.
Oh, they're trying to build your. I guess maybe they're trying to build your immunity. Yeah, your resilience to haunted women on sticks.
I guess, because we used to have the swamp lady. Oh, the swamp lady will come get you. And I swear, one night on the beach in Delaware, at Prime Hook Beach, I'm like on the beach at night, and I look down, and I swear I see this woman like walking towards me. I'm like, it's the swamp lady. So it's like, did I imagine that, or was it really like some kind of spirit? Was there really an egregore of a swamp lady? Because that story was told so many times.
And maybe it was just a lady walking up beach.
No, it looked vapory. It looked didn't look like a human.
Maybe your brain was
could be
projecting it out.
So I found the saying. So if any of you were curious about, is it a coral snake or is it a non-venomous snake? Red on yellow, kill a fellow. Red on black, friend of Jack. So if red is next to yellow, do not touch the snake. It is a coral snake. And
Thank you, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm gonna when that snake pops up next time, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna count all the rings. Hell no, and I am running. No, I don't care.
I'm not a fan of snakes, but obviously he's not a fan of snakes.
No, the thing that thing was like, this is my path, and you're not going past us. And I was like, okay, I agree with you, and I will be going the other direction. Thank you. This is a long route, but I'm sure I need it today, and I thank you, sir.
See, I don't know. I've had outdoor cats, and we have little black racers. There's like a lot of little snakes, so I guess I'm just kind of used to them. But yeah, I don't want them in my house. That's for sure. Nothing.
Are they? Do you think they're omens at all, or they mean anything? Like, do you ever see anything and it's just like a sign?
Yeah, I mean, snakes, it depends on the culture, but snakes have a lot of meaning. But the shedding of the skin is usually the highlight of a snake symbolism, which is, shedding the skin or renewal, shedding, release. Like in the lunar calendar, we just came out of a wood snake year, and now we're in fire horse. And it was a year of shedding and some loss, for people. In some shamanic traditions, the snake will eat, shadow is the helper of that. So
yes, snakes and praying mantis have been a theme in my life. I've seen so many praying mantis.
Really?
I have videos of baby praying mantis on my window. Then I went outside, and there's like 4 or 5. This is when they were really endangered too, and there was all the time I would see them. I would see them all the time. Even in Florida, I saw pictures of them in Florida. I'm like, what is going on with these things?
Are they the one that the female eats the male's head?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
I saw the closest thing was a dragonfly grabbed a bumblebee, and it landed on my arm and decided to eat the whole thing. And they had the mandibles too, so it was like National Geographic right on my arm, and he was sitting there, and it ate the thing alive, just. And I was like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it just flew away. I was like, wow, that was really cool. Like, it was just amazing how strong its jaw just ate the whole thing, and then it flew away. Like, dragonflies are everywhere down here, but they're the most magical little helicopter type little things, you know.
But apparently they're vicious killers.
Yeah, they're praying mantis fly. They're like I don't think praying mantis can fly. They can like somewhat fly, but praying mantis can take down a lot of things, right? They fight back against lizards and all types of things. Praying mantis.
The insect world is very fascinating. How strong they are, you know, compared to size. Yes. Another thing that Kelly is not a fan of.
I don't mind praying mantis, but I don't know.
I'm curious for a spider.
About the eating of things.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
just want things to live. I'm not for.
You want peace.
Exactly.
Peace and harmony.
Yes.
Sadly, in the world of polarity,
It doesn't exist.
It does exist. It's just there's the other side of it.
But there must be death to promote life. So
yes, I just don't want to have to witness it. That's all.
Yes.
I mean, I know it happens, but I don't want to witness it. You know, please.
But polarity does not exist on every layer of the matrix.
Sadly.
Up in the etheric?
No, just in the physical.
Yeah, it's just the physical.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Does the astral have polarity?
No.
Okay.
No, there's no rules in the astral.
So it's really just the physical layer. Yeah. Yeah. That's why it's good to meditate and spend time outside of it in non-duality.
Yes.
And then you can cultivate peace and harmony.
Yes. Yes, and the
dominant field. Be the dominant field of peace and harmony.
And everyone can live forever.
And then you won't have insects having massacres on the earth. Because you'll have peace and harmony.
That's right.
That was peace and harmony.
For them.
Yeah, maybe the Bumblebee ride didn't want to live, and he helped them. Maybe they talked it out beforehand, and they decided.
There was an agreement.
Yeah, see? You don't know.
Bumblebees don't live that long, I don't think. So he became food instead of just dying and, you know.
Yes. The bumblebee is
multiple purposes.
Fascinating creature because Joseph would know this, right? In aerodynamics, a bumblebee is way too big to be flying around with his big bumbly body, right? There's no way those wings are floating that thing around. The aerodynamics does not exist with those features, right? And so the humming, they say, is what gives it the actual levitation, right? And there was a study of scarabs, right, and how their wings did the same thing. They both give off a humming-esque sensation, which lifted them. So that's what gave them levitation. So it wasn't actual wings. It was more of the wings were humming, and that humming gave a sound vibration, and it made them hover. And there was
Is that how we levitate, too?
There was a guy in Germany who did a study, because he had the wings, he was is it a botanist? No, that's not botanist. What's the insect? Something mologist, whatever. So I'll think of it.
It starts with an E. I was going to look it up.
Yes, you look that up. And he had the wings glued to a piece of paper, and then it started levitating a paper, and it went, aha, let me try putting a bunch of these wings underneath. I don't know what he put. It was like a plate or something, and he started levitating. Right, and then supposedly he helped the Germans build a bunch of stuff, but there's documentation of him doing that, which is a very, very cool thing.
Entomology.
That is correct. $5 to you.
Ding, ding. So, the study of bugs, of insects.
Study of insects.
So here we go. Oh.
So where were we?
We still have about a half hour that we could go. Let's see. Do we want to talk about any other places we visited that were significant to us? That we had an experience, or I think.
there was yeah, I've been to so many cool places. I've been by me there was a place called Stone Church, and there was a house in front of it that George Washington camped at, and he camped at a lot of places, but and this was in New York, and Stone Church was this cave that was half waterfall, half cave, and it was just this huge opening. Like you're talking about, there was a hole at the top, so it was almost like a chimney-esque type of place, and it was just huge, and it was just, it wasn't far from the road, and it was just this place where they used to hold ceremonies and all this stuff. It was just so beautiful, and I took pictures, and there was this green like plasma coming through in the pictures, and it was just the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. There's the Northeast has a lot of just old, right? There's dolomens in the woods just out there, right? There's rock walls of stone everywhere, and they say farmers did it, but I don't think farmers were building farms in the woods. It could have been, but I think there was something else very old there that is being hidden, right? Which other people have also talked about.
There's a lot of Native American like mounds and other structures there, and yeah, I'm just thinking like when I was in England, I spent some time in Cornwall, and we went to different stone circles. So like there's Stonehenge, which is like popular. We didn't go there. We went to the smaller ones. Like we had to like trek out through like cow pastures, like try to find them, and then all of a sudden you'd come out and here's like cool stone circles, and this one had a quartz at the north, and then I think there was like 19 total. We spent the day there, and it was just magical. Like there was this portal and like hearing, it was a druid ceremonial circle. That's
Wow.
what they're saying it was. And I could like hear music in my spiritual ears, and I remember because I had brought tobacco, I brought different things, and the stones like wanted water, they didn't want tobacco. It was very interesting. So I'm putting water on the stones, and then I swear all of a sudden once the water was on, it was like boom, boom. It was like sacred geometry, and I could feel how that stone circle was connected to like all these others in that area.
Oh, that's cool.
And because there was a whole bunch of small little ones, and it was just freaking amazing. And you just wouldn't have, it's not on any tourist map. Like, it's like you just ask, like, where's the stone circle? Oh, it's up that way and to the right,
But those are the best trips, though.
When
you're not following a certain path, you're just going, and you stumble upon some of these things. That's when a lot of the magic happens.
Yes, and it's just how these huge stones are like upright, and then there was one just on the side of the road that was like stacked, like two stones with one on top, like in the middle out of the cow pasture. It's like, how did that happen?
Yeah, there's a stone by me that was like a 200 ton it's a standing stone something, but Putnam County, New York, if you want to look it up. And it was balanced rock, that was called. It was on 3 other boulders, but it was a huge piece of granite which has more crystal-esque energy radiating from it. So it's one of those stones that radiates energy, right? And it's a very strong stone. But at the same time, there's no granite found anywhere near where that rock is laid. And there's a little story on a plaque next to it, and they said that during the Ice Age, ice melted and it floated down and landed on 3 rocks perfectly and bounced there, and that is a bunch of malarkey. And I don't know why, it was just so ridiculous that sign is there. I'm like, no way that thing It's perfectly balanced there, and it's supposedly, it's granite, right?
So was it sound? Was it sound? Was it, levitation? Was it how did they get it up there? Through their minds? Was it telekinesis? Was it prayer? Was it sound waves?
Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, well, if levitation is possible with bumblebees and scarabs, right? Then levitation, if you find resonant frequency, right, and a bunch of people have the same instrument, and you find that frequency, I'm sure you could do a lot of things.
Because it's all energy. It's just different densities, right?
Yeah.
Just like we learned with the pyramids, it was crystals with sound. So if I think of if the stones have quartz or other minerals in it.
Not even the Coral Castle, which is it's in Florida. If you ever look up that story, the man only worked at night, and he told stories that he knew the ways of the ancients. And the stories are, when he worked at night, they would hear him whistling. He had a tripod with a small box on top, and it was used to lift these. You're talking about 100-ton coral blocks, right? And he has it's the most beautiful place. The story is really weird that he built it for a very young girl in another country, but how he did it is unknown to this day. And it's this huge castle of coral block, and it's just one of those things that's just amazing. But few people are, trying to find out how he did it. They just say, "Oh, that's cool." But he did it in the modern age. He did it in the 20th century, which is very, very cool.
Is there anything like that in Michigan, like structures that people aren't sure how they got built, or?
There's a place in the UP that they feel that there's a portal up there where there's.
What's the UP?
So, Upper Peninsula.
Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Of Michigan. Up by Harper Harbor. Up towards the Keweenaw County Peninsula kind of thing up there. They say that there's a portal somewhere up in there that has strange phenomena that goes on there.
Any stories? Well, give me a story of what happened. Someone went missing, or?
No, people just feel strange energies and different things like that. I mean, you have the typical ghost haunting kind of things around where we are, There's an old house called the Whitney, and it's now a restaurant, but it used to be like this mansion, and people see ghosts in there all the time.
Oh.
That kind of stuff. Detroit has one of those circular arches in it that is one of those looks like a chevron portal.
They do. Detroit has that.
Yep.
Cities generally, each city kind of has their own little hidden secrets, or not so hidden.
Yep. And there's lots of wise tales everywhere, just like in most states. There's wise tales and weird phenomena there.
Ohio has the Snake Mound, which I always wanted to go to.
Indiana has them too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
Snake Mound.
Snake Mound.
Oh, not just the mound.
Yes. It looks like there's a spiral, and then there's a sine wave, and then at the end they call it the Snake Mound. But it's when birds fly over it, there's a magnetic anomaly. So when birds fly over, they get discombobulated, and they start flying around in circles. And it's just a strange energy place.
Yeah, the birds will tell you. They'll show where there's weird energies. What's that other one you talked about that's a circle that if you stand in the middle, you can't hear?
Yeah, it's like Brigham Young. It's a weird place where they did not do it on purpose, but they built a college, and then in the college there's just this circle where it's made of brick, but they just I think there was a symbol there or something there to represent something, but it's an actual circle, but it's in brick. And if you stand in the circle and you yell as loud as you can, and there's people 5 feet away, they can't hear you. So solve that one. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like what's causing the sound waves not to leave the circle?
Yeah. And did someone do it on purpose? And the Senate, right? The Senate was built to magnify or to, in all places in the Senate Council, you're supposed to be able to hear somebody. So the acoustics were built so precise that you, right? Because back in the day, you didn't have speakers, of course, so you needed to hear in the back and hear what's going on. So the acoustics were made so precise that you could hear a whisper in the corner of all rooms.
Yes.
And I was like, that's amazing. That's so amazing. Freemasons. They're so smart.
Yeah.
So smart. Yes.
Interesting.
So there's places that we want to visit. There's places we have visited. Yeah. Any other place we want to go?
Yeah. The megaliths in Wyoming. Not Wyoming. Yeah, Wyoming, I think it is. Or Montana.
Or the Sage Wall, right? That's the,
Is it the Sage Wall or the megalith?
Yeah.
The megaliths are...
they're close to there,
So they're two different places.
Yeah. There was another wall found in Texas, too, that they hid. They found it buried, a huge wall under the ground, and they hid that one. No one ever talked about it. It's in the newspapers, of course. And then the Sage Wall is just another giant wall, built for whatever reason, right?
Out of stone?
Huh? Yeah, I think it's made of granite too. I forget what it's made of, but it's one of those. How did they get these stones perfectly aligned type of thing up? In Machu Picchu and all these ancient sites. It's like one of those. Who did this? And what did they do? How did they do it?
That's what they have too by San Francisco. There's along some of their hills, they've got stone walls that they have no idea who made them and how they got there.
Yes, but we have the modern Tartaria theory that there was a mud flood and there was a civilization that existed, and we just came and re-established ourselves here. So we unburied a lot of the stuff that was already built. And which is strange how a lot of cities became, right? If you look at, they say, every city there was a major fire, right? Especially Chicago, there was a huge fire in Chicago. Yeah. Every city had a fire where it destroyed everything. And then they rebuilt remarkably fast. And they said that they didn't really rebuild. They just found these buildings and unburied them, right? And I was like, that's whoever's coming up with these theories is making you think. It's like, whoa, that is true, right? Every city had you're talking about a fire that destroyed the whole city, and you're talking about every city has had one, and you're like, that is strange, And then the World Fairs, right? There was World Fairs where they had all these ancient structures, right? And they had lights like 20, 30 years in Paris before we had lights, right? Before the Thomas Edison just gave lights to everybody, and Tesla, working with lights. This was 30 years before at a World's Fair, and there was maybe it was old technology that would but they say after the World Fair they destroyed it, so they hid a lot of it. That's the story. You could go very deep in the Tartarian stories, but it's fun to see what people, even though if it's fake and you don't have to believe it, it's just fun that someone could go in depth and research and be like, okay, why is this, and why? Oh, how did they build so quick? There's probably some reason that they're not thinking of, but it makes you question. It's good to.
They say every conspiracy theory has some truth to it.
Yes.
Sometimes it just gets elaborated, bent a little bit, but there for a reason.
Yep.
But I don't know. So they're finding that a lot of conspiracy theories are actually pretty true.
I know one thing, that we are lied to a whole bunch. So it's that is what produces conspiracy theorists, is because we're lied to so much about everything that you don't know what the truth is, and you're forced to learn from YouTube or some random guy in Iowa or wherever it is. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But you have to decide for yourself. That is life, right? Don't just believe anything anyone tells you. Research it yourself, because we don't need to be clones and sheep. Right.
As our lights comes on and back off again, we're getting spotlighted. So, Michael, what do you think? How did you think it went so far?
You guys
tonight, Michael? You like our little
like their
hairy Mike? Just realized, Michael. It took me a little while to figure that one out.
Oh man, we could have named him Harry or Michael.
Now Harry, I probably would have got, but. So, all right. Well, what are we thinking? Feel like no one's really chiming in about an experience. Hi, Suzanne. We saw that you joined. We're so glad you're here. Joseph, Deborah, Linda, Guy, thank you so much.
If you're wondering how we got Kelly here, I don't know either. And she just
showed up at our door.
Showed up, and we said, hey.
I found a portal.
Yes, like I said.
Yes.
So the blue star, that's a powerful portal.
Yes.
She said, hey, heard you're doing a podcast tonight. Can I sit in?
Yes, and she just popped in out of nowhere. I'm not sure if she's real, so I don't look at her much.
I like to blend into the world.
Yeah.
It's actually been really cool having 3 of us. It's fun. It was really enjoyable.
I've enjoyed it too.
Yes, yes. It's all supposed to be fun, right? Being too serious about podcasts just ruins the enjoyment of it. So that's why we talk about hairy mics.
and conspiracy theories.
Yes, conspiracy theories.
We talked about some, I think, pretty interesting things. Yeah.
Yes.
Experiences in nature and
all
places
to navigate through Leela and the Matrix. So
yeah,
that's all we're giving you. It's just guidelines.
We're here to have good experiences,
yes.
To have cool experiences while we're traveling through Leela.
Yes.
So we're glad we could travel through with you tonight.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you like that segue? How do you like that loop-de-loo?
Oh.
So we have, every Monday and Wednesday we have the Blue Star Ministers doing podcasts.
You want to promote anything?
Yeah, when's the next one?
My next one, March 11th, I think.
Okay.
I think it's March 11th. Yep.
You and Kim?
Kim and I, yes.
Okay.
And we're doing the Art of the Warrior, part of the book series, but yeah, the Art of the Warrior.
Okay, great.
So yeah, we've got that coming up. And then Christopher's doing the Mystery School, first segment of Mystery School coming up.
I think is it March 21st?
Something in
22nd.
It's in March. I don't know the exact dates, and but we've got some really cool people doing podcasts next Monday and Monday.
What about your own stuff? You can do amazing craniosacral. She's just magical with her hands. So she does. You have your own business as place where you do your cranial and your tunings out of, right?
Yes.
So if anyone's in the area.
In Detroit.
Yes.
Well, actually not Detroit, Plymouth, Michigan. That's where my office is at. And
do you do any online stuff? No.
You can go online and book appointments online. So.
Remote sessions, do you do?
I have not done any remote sessions yet, but I've thought about it. So I'm always open to the idea of it. So yeah.
So if anyone's willing to trial and error, then give Kelly a call.
Yeah. And Jonathan and I are here in Palm Bay. echoesofenlightenment.com is our website if you want to check it out. And we do sessions together.
Isn't it EOE Wellness?
Oh, yeah, sorry. EOE Synergy.
Yes.
EOEsynergy.com. And the name of the business is Echoes of Enlightenment. We're doing a show in St. Augustine, a Mystic Fair this Saturday, and then we'll be in the Villages Spirit Fest next weekend, March 7th and 8th. And then Villages, Florida.
Okay.
And then our next podcast is on telekinesis.
There's
which I know, like, there's like this much I know, but I'm actually looking forward to the podcast because, I'll do some research.
There's a cryptid in the Villages. Do you know that?
A what?
A cryptid in the Villages.
A cryptid?
Cryptid. Bigfoot.
Oh, really?
Do you know? Yes.
Wow.
Do you know what it is?
No.
The horny goat.
Oh, stop. March 9th, Monday, is our next one. Kelly will not be here, I don't think.
I don't think.
Unless you decide to teleport. We'll have it turned on. We'll do the Chevron Stargate, and then you're welcome to
There you go.
hop in. But yes, March 9th, Monday, Jonathan and I will be coming at you again. And we have a YouTube channel, and then it's also on BitChute and Gab, and that's the only ones I remember. X. So, all right.
We also sell mic wigs.
And we have plenty of crystals not for sale right now. They're all charged up. We had a solar eclipse last week. We have a lunar eclipse Tuesday. So it's a really cool time to, and then all the planets align on Friday.
Yes.
So this is like a cool time to charge your crystals, to do like massive healing work, transformational work. It's just a lot of energy, like quite a portal right now. So
staying grounded.
Right. We better go because we have
we're getting bombarded with chickens
and dogs clawing at the door.
Thank you all. Hold on, let me see if we got anything on end Q&A. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for being here, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Dee.
Thanks for hanging in there the whole time.
He is a champion.
We love you, Dee. You are a wonderful support person.
He always seems to make it, yeah.
Well, I try to put myself in everyone's shoes.
Yes.
You're great. And Suzanne, we always appreciate you being on. Linda, you're also really, and Joseph, all of you. Deborah, just thank you so much for being here. It just means a lot.
We all appreciate it.
I came late, I'm afraid.
It's
all right.
It doesn't, you're here.
Wednesday. And there was no email about it. There was no email.
You're very welcome. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Was that Deborah? Who was that?
Yes,
Yes, that was Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah.
it was me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the topic for this? What was the topic?
Yeah.
We were doing I Am, a series, but we ended up talking about, since Kelly's on vacation here, we were talking about vacation spots in nature that had a lot of special meaning and frequency, and we talked a little bit about
Sound.
a lot of
Sound.
different things.
Yeah, it was Kelly didn't get to tell her story, and so it was telling Kelly's story and what places we've done sound healings and stuff in. So it was more just about us.
Okay. And who's
you haven't
the
got
fellow on the microphone?
You like my? Do you like the Harry Michael?
Michael?
Yeah,
Yes. It's
Yes, with the glasses.
He's very studious.
Oh,
who is hitting the tuning forks right now?
my goodness.
At least I
it's
can hear
me.
it.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm working on my husband.
okay. That's good. We'll give you a pass.
There you
At
go.
least I can hear it through it. It's cool.
That's true, yeah. 'Cause I am about, I don't know, 12 feet away.
Yes.
Mm.
All right, guys. Stay warm. And Linda, I'm always thinking about you. I don't know if you're still here, but I hope you're getting better.
And Joseph, you doing okay tonight?
We got stalked by a helicopter the other night, and I know it was you.
We did. There was a huge helicopter in our neighborhood, and it spotlighted us. They were obviously looking for somebody, but for a minute, he and I were like, they're going to land.
They had a spotlight on us. I was like, what did I do?
A little scary, but we talked about it.
What color was the helicopter?
It looked like it was like white, and it wasn't like a Black Ops black one or like it didn't look like an army or like a military one. It was more of white and maybe like a police helicopter.
But it was large though.
Yeah, it was very large, and it came very close, and it had a spotlight on us. So they were looking for someone.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. We were walking Nova, and Nova's like unbothered by any of it. I walked her during fireworks, and she's just like, la-dee-dee-dee-dee. So this helicopter's like, she's just like,
wow.
I'm like, wow.
So my guess is they were looking for a very attractive dog. And
Yes.
that's why they came looking for us, because
And
I don't know why they came. They came close behind us, and then they turned around and came back, and I was like, this is it. I'm getting abducted. I don't know what's going on right now.
Finally, they were like,
Yeah, and I'm like,
it's like this spotlight, and we were both just like, is this happening? Are they going to land? Yeah, but they didn't.
yeah, it was very strange.
Hi, Joseph. Hi, Joseph.
I can't hear you, Joseph. No,
No.
can't hear you. I can't
No.
hear you. Joe.
Darn it. He
Okay.
had something to say.
Yes, I can see you moving your lips, but I cannot hear you. I'm sorry.
You'll have to call him.
It's your mic. Maybe you got a new mic. You got to hit the microphone on there.
I'm letting the animals in since we're done.
Right. I wanted to hear Joseph's story, but you have to hit your mic thing and change the mic to a. It's probably it's changing the options on there, and then it'll. Well, I did want to hear your story.
Hey, Bubba. You want to bring Nova up so Deborah can see her? Nova.
Right. I don't know if she's in paying attention.
I can see now. Let me look.
Yeah, she's Jonathan's lifting her solid
No. No.
belly.
What? Hey. Nova. Who's talking to you?
Is that a fish?
Can you
We want to hear Joseph's story.
Can you Joseph's mic's not working, and I think he's not hitting the change the mic on when you hit the mute. So I don't know how to help him, but
He's
I usually could.
The little up arrow beside the mic.
Yeah.
There's a little up arrow beside the mic.
Yeah.
If you hit that, then you select your speaker.
Right here?
Select your mic.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Joseph, did you hear that?
Joseph. He did it last time.
Yeah, he had a new mic in his hand, so
Oh.
I think he upgraded. Joseph's loving the podcasting, and he's doing really well. So he should get his. I'm loving that he's getting some upgrades.
Yeah, he's a natural. He's just.
What in the? Oh, UP has control.
Good. Joseph, try talking again.
It's not that. He's got to switch the mic. He has the mic on the computer mic and not the new mic. But it'll probably...
What tuning fork did you have in your hand?
This is the DNA creator.
No, that's a good one with the diffuser on it.
Yeah, with the diffuser.
Diffuser. Yeah.
Where are you using it? Like, yeah.
Well, I was doing it on my rib cage.
Yeah.
And usually sometimes on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bit of a disc thing, but overall, and I've got the Ohm DNA.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This one I use after my tunings almost every day. I do a bit at the chest, the head, and all around the body.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You're like the Lou Gehrig of tuning forks. They say every day you do it, so I was like, that's amazing, right? I believe him. I was like, I believe that he does it every day. I was like, I'm not that good.
Yeah, I do a level 2 every day, every morning. But now, after this weekend, I was inspired to try a level 3 again. I hadn't done the level 3 in a while, and it's hard on yourself, you know, especially when you do the outer web and you're like,
yeah.
Tricky.
Yeah. I guess, you know what you could do? You could, like, build something where you put it in, like, a hole, and then you spun or something, right? And then you wouldn't, instead of moving the fork, you're moving your body. You could do something like that.
Yeah.
But that's only...
I do a circle around. Like, I do it a different direction, and that works. You understand that? I do a circle with a tuning fork.
But you're doing it with your arm still, though.
Huh? I know, look at her. Like, you can just do this, but...
Susan?
Yeah.
Then, do you do it with your arm still? So how far do you reach out when you do it?
Well, the length of my arms, so quite a distance. Yeah. Yeah, and you can lean into it as well and add about another foot or so.
Yeah.
So I just imagine like you're just doing a circle around and then coming in and touching the chakra.
Yeah. But when I feel the luminous egg on your subconscious, unconscious, it's far out there. So that's what it would be. I couldn't reach my own, right? But I guess everything is an illusion. I guess you could.
Yeah, you pull it in. You can pull it in.
Yeah, you pull it in.
Yeah, just pull it in.
The thing is, when you're sitting down, your body is like I should be lying down. Then it'd be easier to get one straight.
Yeah.
Or if you just do the horizontal, right? Instead of doing the vertical, you could do the horizontal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to check with Christopher if just doing the inner web is enough, and then going back to closing it up with the G sharp at the feet.
Experiment, right? That's what I would do. See if it feels good, then keep doing it, right? If it, it doesn't matter what Christopher said. If it works for you, then it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
As long as it doesn't break anything.
Yeah. I've done things, and I've seen Christopher do things where he missed a part and went back and did it. So nothing really. You're not going to screw anything up. You're just, that's what he says, squeaky clean. When you're squeaky clean, you do everything perfect, right? It's between going to a established chef and a diner, right? It's like when you get perfect form, there's a difference. You can just tell the difference. So, and that's pretty much what I would go with. But at the same time, experimenting and just and then you just get better and better, and who cares?
Yeah, no.
And then you'll come up and
you're right, because let's say it leaves me feeling shitty. Well, I can just come back and tune myself again, and then I'm good again, right?
Yeah, because once Christopher said that's okay, and then you feel shitty, do you listen to CRISPR? You know, you got to listen to your own body too. You know.
Two up there, one down there.
I got cats everywhere. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
evening.
you. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah.
Wait, Joseph, we had you.
Oh shit! I just ended it. Hold on.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yep.